What's up, everybody? I am Travesty.
And I'm Cartoon Joe.
And welcome back to another episode of This Freakin Show. It is the weekly podcast with a little bit of something and a whole lot of nothing. The same weekly podcast that is brought to you by CarterComics.com. That's right, guys. CarterComics.com, one-stop shop for all your comic needs. I know you're thinking, oh, but there's so many other places to get comics. Those places suck. This one's the one to go to. This is the better one. This is the family love type one. This is the mom and pop shop-esque kind of comic shop. That's it's all I guess you call it virtual. That work? Yeah. I'm not sure if you need the glasses in order to be considered virtual. But it's online. It's a website store. It's not a brick and mortar. Oh my god! I don't even know why I even try to say that. Mordor. Yeah, right. Mordor. I know, but it just sounds wrong. It's just like there are certain words that I try to say, and I'm just like, why do I even try? Because it just doesn't sound right. And Mordor.
Yeah,
Mortar.
Yeah.
Mortar. It doesn't sound right. I don't know if it's me or, I mean, obviously it has to be me.
Right. It sounds fine to me.
Brick and mortar. It is not. It is a website, CarterComics.com. Graded comics and raw comics, which, I actually found out. Even though I've been saying that this entire time, and Dr. Doug never felt the need to really correct me on that, they aim more towards graded comics than they do raw. Like, I guess they do have raw comics, but they don't sell the raw comics as much as the graded.
Gotcha.
Which I thought was interesting. Because in my mind, you would think like, oh, you'd want to sell the raw comics because, the raw comics are the ones that, you sell for pennies. But then I forgot Carter Comics sells quality comics, and he wants to make sure that it is in the best shape and pleasantly appearance as possible for everyone. So, yeah. Fun fact.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I actually got to hang out with Dr. Doug the other day. Surprisingly, was not kidnapped, was not put down a well. So all was good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, we talked a little bit about comics. We talked about C2E2. Seems like more of a thing, more of a happening. So, that seems like more of a possibility of us being there, and I still even know what we're gonna do there. I know we're gonna be at the booth.
Yeah,
and talk to people.
Yeah,
do some chats. Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I love people.
Well, at least you're honest about that. I could give or take people. Like, I like people when they listen to me. I don't know, talking to people one-on-one is just kind of do I really know you? Like, are we going to be friends after this? Maybe though. We met a lot of cosplayers, at conventions who we now talk to, through interviews and stuff like that. So, Night Mage and Super Casey, first time I met them was at C2E2 back in 2018.
Right. Yep.
Yeah. So who knows? A lot of weirdos at conventions, but sometimes those weirdos can end up being, some good friends.
True.
You never know the person behind the costume until you get to know them. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And we're going to have the opportunity because Carter Comics is going to break into the convention world. C2E2 is going to be their inaugural convention-esque booth. They want to expand and do a lot more. But I guess C2E2 is going to be their their beta test in a way. If I use that term properly, I don't even know.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for them. Excited for the ideas that they have on what they want to do. It's just up to us now to kind of figure out what we want to do. We gotta do something. We're gonna be there for 2 days. Well, I'm gonna be there for 3. You're gonna be there for 2.
Right.
So I'm excited for that. But CarterComics.com, best place for you to go get your comics needs. I don't have a Carter Comics pick of the week because I guess when I told Dr. Doug, hey, I need a pick of the week for a recording I'm going to do on Friday, he didn't believe me. So, but it's fine. It's fine. We don't got to narrow it down to just one comic today because they have so many comics available on their website on all 4 of their eBay accounts. So we don't got to narrow it down. We don't have to do it. We don't have to focus on just one comic every single week. We can focus on many when Dr. Doug doesn't do what he's supposed to. And I know you're thinking, Travesty, you shouldn't say those things about your sponsor. They're the ones sponsoring you. I was like, it's fine. They already paid me for this month.
Right.
It's
they knew
fine.
what they were getting into.
Yeah. Hashtag check cleared. But, no, go to CarterComics.com. Check out all their amazing comics. We talked about the Captain Marvel comic, that they have available, which is perfect for the Captain Marvel TV show that has been released. I have yet to watch the first episode because I think I'm going to wait for about, maybe 3 or 4 of the episodes going. I'll probably wait till I'm assuming there's going to be 6 in the first season. Like, I think a lot of them are only like 6 or 8, like, fucking episodes and shit.
That's sure what it seems like.
Yeah. So then I'm just going to wait for them all to come on. I'll just binge them one weekend. Yeah, I mean, they do have a lot of relatable comics too. Like, I mean, a lot of things that are becoming things I never really thought that would actually happen. Like, I never really thought there would be like a Miss Marvel TV show. Like, I always thought they'd keep like to the big things like X-Men, Avengers, shit like that.
Right.
But I'm really happy that they're doing things like this, like the Captain Marvel, the Eternals, Shang-Chi? Maybe. You sound so pretentious when you said that.
Yeah, fair.
It's like, oh, look at you knowing how to pronounce fucking words. Mortar.
Yeah.
Mordo.
I think Mordo is the alien from Futurama. No, that's Morbo with a B.
Yeah. Mordo is the villain from Doctor Strange.
Oh, that's right. I know it's kind of familiar.
Yeah, he was
Mordo.
Yeah, he was sitting atop the fucking pedestal of fucking I don't know. The leaders of the pretentious bitches. Also, I found out that Dr. Doug had no idea that I was a Freemason.
Huh.
Now, I guess I should tell you though, I did share a secret of the Freemasons with Dr. Doug.
No?
I did. I told him there was no sheep fucking. It was all a lie. He was shocked, as was I when I joined and found out there was no goat loving.
Yep.
So definitely read the wrong how-to book at the beginning. And I honestly do regret the practicing, but yeah. But no, I actually told him that Wilmington, Illinois has one of the probably my favorite Mason lodges. So
nice.
Yeah, it was really nice. Of course you do. You were there.
I was?
You were.
I honestly don't remember.
Yeah. That's where you helped me get through my thingies.
Gotcha. Oh, all right.
They had the lower level.
I feel really bad that I don't remember, but I don't remember.
It's okay. It's when you whispered in my ear and I felt safe.
Yeah.
Even though my ear felt a little moist afterwards, but it was okay. I felt safe.
Very wet breath.
Yeah. Which is totally fine. It was Wilmington, so siblings are really used to being that close to each other.
That's funny. When in Wilmington.
Do as they do. CarterComics.com, one-stop shop for all your comic needs. Fill up your cart at CarterComics.com. First off, join the Carter Comic Club. It hasn't been decided, it hasn't been officially changed to it, but I think it has been officially decided. It's going to be called the Carter Comic Club. And I'm just going to keep calling it the Carter Comic Club until it is officially called the Carter Comic Club. I've been told it's been going to be changed to the Carter Comic Club. Just got to get it updated to the Carter Comic Club. So join the Carter Comic Club. Get your Get your cart full of all their amazing comics they have available. Dinosaurs, if you're into the Jurassic World Dominion movie. Dominion? Is it Dominion or Domination? It's Dominion, right?
I think it's Dominion, yeah.
Dominion. The Jurassic World Dominion movie that came out. Or Thor Love and Thunder that's coming out in a couple weeks. Miss Marvel, Avengers, X-Men, Ghost Rider. I think there was one that had like a naked demon on it or something. A lot of goofy things. Like they pride themselves on having like unique and unknown comics that you never really thought you would be interested in until you saw it right there. Fill up your cart with other amazing comics. If you use the promo code FREAKNET, that's FREAKNET, you'll save yourself 10% on your entire order of Carter Comics. And I know you're thinking, well, what if they don't have a comic that I want? Well, then just reach out to them. Go to the contact section of their website and say, hey, listen, I'm looking for this type of comic. Do you have it? Because they have thousands of comics available, just not up on the site yet. There's just so much product or inventory that they haven't got it up yet. So reach out to them to see if they have it. They'll get a hold of you. They'll help. They get you a great deal. They don't want to, just, sell you a comic just because, they want to make the money. They want to make you guys feel good about owning something that you've been looking for. So help them feel better by helping you feel better by getting a comic from CarterComics.com and using promo code FREAKNET, that's FREAKNET, to save 10% in your entire order. CarterComics.com. Get those comics today.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well,
still really fucking long, but it's okay.
Got to get content out there somehow.
Yeah. You know how people can tell when we don't have anything to talk about?
This is when we have a really long plug.
Just really long fucking Carter Comic plug. They should just always like, okay, well, Travis just spent 8 minutes talking about Carter Comics. Clearly, he has nothing else to talk about.
Yep.
Yeah.
Heard that. Well, hey, say you go over to Carter Comics and you pick up one of their graded comics.
Yes.
Which is the thing that they really like to sell.
True.
You're not going to want to open that up because that's what makes it graded.
That's true.
You're going to want to display that. It's a collectible.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe you still want to read it, but you don't want to read it for yourself. You want somebody to read it for you.
Yeah.
Best way to do that would be to go to audibletrial.com/freaknet and sign up for a free 30-day trial of Audible. And then you can have a professional read you that comic book.
Yes, dude.
You get a free 30-day trial. You get a free credit towards your first audiobook, which means that you go and you buy this nice collectible, and then you get a free copy of it that you can listen to. You can enjoy it while you drive, while you poop, while you do chores. It's great.
That's right. And everybody poops. Everybody poops. So everyone can read while they poop. Yeah.
As the book says. A good book.
A good book, which you could probably get on Audible.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So head there right now. Go to audibletrial.com/freaknet. Sign up for your free 30-day trial. Get it for your audiobook. It'll be a good time. I'm going. I'm ending it. I'm ending with it'll be a good time.
It's the best way to end it, though. You're fine. It works.
Yeah.
I felt like I had a good time just by listening to you describe the good time.
Nice. Good. Oh man.
But no, I did have something I wanted to talk about. For the life of me, I just can't fucking remember. I really do need to make notes. That's my problem. Like I will sit there and, articles will come up and I'll be reading through them and shit. And I'll be like, okay, well, that's pretty cool. That's cool. Maybe I'll mention that and stuff. And all of a sudden it just fucking escapes my mind. Or I'll listen to something and I'm like, oh God, I really want to fucking talk about that. And it just goes away. And I'm like, man, this fucking content that can be talked about and discussed, and so I'm gonna do a better job on that. I'm gonna make sure that if I hear something throughout the week, I'm like, oh yeah, okay, I'm gonna make the note of that, and we'll be okay. So after this episode, maybe it'll get better. But for the meantime, you're gonna get normal content.
Yep.
Yeah.
Get what you tune in for.
Yeah. I mean, I know we've been spending the last few weeks almost like a therapy session about my life
Mm-hmm.
And I know the last few episodes have kind of been like that, but I think those have been the best ones. It gives people a chance to kind of know me more.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I did think of one thing I do remember. I was thinking of like next season's segment.
Mm-hmm.
Like what we're gonna do for next season. Like this season, we do the, Bring It Freaking Back, which we'll do here in a moment, but I was like, what are we going to do for next season? Because, I mean, like, even though it's only been 7 years, we are kind of, it's like, it's hard to think of, like, a new thing every single year.
Right.
And, I thought to myself, like, what if we did a segment, and I think it might be I think the term is called sacrilegious, but I was like, what if we just did like a travesty confessional thing where I just like confess to like a sin I do every single week? Like, what if I just sit down and I just tell Joe, who is now Joe, for the life of me, I still can't remember. Are you a minister, a priest, a pastor, a reverend, a father?
Yeah, I just go by pastor.
Pastor.
Because that's the actual job title. But yeah, I mean, any of those would probably be fine.
How are those titles decided? Now I know priest is more Catholic than anything.
Yeah,
right?
typically.
Okay. So when is it decided that you're a reverend, a minister, a pastor?
So it kind of depends on what tradition you're in.
Okay.
There are some people who say that because I have my MDiv, which is the pastoral degree, I can call myself reverend. There are others who say that you have to actually be physically ordained, or spiritually ordained technically, but you have to go through the ritual of ordination to be able to be called reverend.
Yeah.
I don't call myself reverend because I haven't been ordained officially.
Mm-hmm.
That's the line that I decided to draw, because otherwise, what's stopping somebody from just getting a diploma mill degree and then calling themselves reverend? I'm uncomfortable with that, right?
Yeah.
And so I don't call myself reverend for that reason. Well, some people do, and I'm not. It's nice. I have Maddie's grandma calls me reverend, and I really like that. I like being called reverend, but I don't call myself it, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Pastor to me is you have to actually be serving in pastoral ministry to have that title.
Okay, so it's a pastoral ministry. See, okay, so in my mind, the difference in minister, pastor, or reverend to me, is I look at it as pastor is more contemporary, new. To where minister and reverend is more like the hymnals and the old way of doing church. The organs, the hymnals. Like that's how I always saw it, because when I went on these church things with Derek's parents, where they're trying to find a new church and everything, so they're like going from church to church every single week. I was like, I want to go with, and some were winners, some weren't, and it's nothing against the church. It's my preference. I was like, I like upbeat music, and I like the service to be about 45 minutes. When you start doing hymnals for an hour and a half, as a 12-year-old, you lose me. Which I guess is mean to say. I mean, you shouldn't lose God, but I want to be honest here. So, but. I've always like all the contemporary, or what before I found out it was considered contemporary, I called them modern churches. The guys who are up there, with the Christian rock music, 9 times out of 10, that's Pastor Dave, Pastor John, Pastor Mark, But when I was going to like the Emmanuel Church of Christ, and stuff like that, it was Reverend last name,
Right. Yep.
Reverend Davidson or Reverend Richards, stuff like that. So like, I always assumed it was like, just based on the era of, how you present your church. Reverend, I considered more Baptist to like, maybe like a minister was more like Protestant, or a Lutheran, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But again, like,
and
I don't know.
Things that are, I would say, if you're more mainline, you know, your Lutherans, Methodists, Presbyterians, trying to think of who else, Episcopalians.
Yeah.
I think you're going to get reverend a lot more frequently in those churches. And then I think a lot of more evangelical churches, which are from the Baptist tradition a lot of the time, although they, you know, there's slight differences. You're going to get pastor a lot more frequently.
Okay.
So, and it's just, you know, like I said, it depends on the tradition. And I think you're going to get a lot more contemporary churches that have pastors because they happen to be more evangelical.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter if it's priest, minister, reverend, pastor. They're all considered fathers.
Yes and no. I think that it's not super in vogue. It's not like the popular thing. Unless you're Catholic. That's really if you're Catholic or, I would say Catholic, Episcopalian, or Lutheran. Those would be the three that I think I see it the most frequently, that people will call you father, or if you happen to be a woman, mother. But,
you know what? I never really thought about that. Like, you know, you called the female, like, pastors and stuff mother.
Yep.
I don't know why that never clicked in my head. It's the logical response.
Right? Yeah, and I've only
like,
seen it a couple of times. It's kind of cool to see.
Yeah. I've seen it. I've seen it twice. One was one of those church we were visiting. It just wasn't for us. I think it was more of a distance thing than anything. It was a far drive. I think it took like 40 minutes to get there. Which really, realistically, like, my opinion shouldn't have mattered because they're not going to take my view into perspective. Yeah. They're like, you're not part of the fucking family, you know, like, whatever. But I saw once where, like, I think it was a little bit down south. She had her own church, and then the other one was kind of like, I don't know if it was kind of like how you were in Orland.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like it wasn't like fully on, hired on. It was like, I guess, like how, like, you know, you have fucking, yeah, like I guess how I considered it, like when students, like when no, I didn't even consider that. Maybe that's what we were. See, what I thought you were,
so like an internship, like field ed.
Yes, there we go. Yeah,
gotcha.
I thought you said interim.
That is what I said. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah, intern. Yeah, like you have to get student credits by going to teach a class.
Gotcha.
That's what I think she was doing. Like, to get her school credits or whatever, she had to go in front of a church. At least that's what I thought it was. Yeah. There we go. See, fuck yeah. So that's what I thought it was.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so I thought, like, well, maybe we could do something like that, like some kind of confessional thing. We'll play some kind of, like, you know, lull music in the background, and I'll just confess to, like, something stupid, like I cut someone off in traffic today, or I yelled at somebody excessively, but then I thought, like, I don't know if that'd just be too repetitive, because, like, most of the time it'll probably just be gluttony.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but then at the same time, like, I don't know what answers you could give back to me.
Right.
It's like cut someone off in traffic today. Like, okay, well,
yeah. Well, like, what are you gonna do about that? How are you gonna improve and make sure it doesn't happen again?
Right. See, that's the thing. They're like, I think I'll definitely do it again. You know, so it's like okay, so maybe that's not the best idea, but that's how we know.
Yeah, but it was a fun idea. I like the idea. We just gotta massage it a little.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, maybe that's not the thing. But then it dawned on me that we already do have our segment idea for next season. So
that's right. I don't remember what it is, but I know that we have it.
Oh, come on, Joe, get your shit together. Yeah.
No, is that it? Oh yeah, it is.
It is. It's 100%. That's exactly what it is. Is get your shit together. Find a topic, an article about somebody doing something not the best way. You need to get their shit together. Call them out. We're gonna call them out on the show.
Yep.
I mean, it's season 7. I mean, it seems like the perfect season to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But until we get to season 7, let's focus on season 6, and let's talk about things that we need to freaking bring back.
Hell yeah.
I went first last week, so if you want to go first this week, you're more than welcome to.
Sure, I am ready.
Yeah, go for it.
One of the things that I keep seeing in all of the lists of discontinued stuff that I don't know why I was on the fence about it before. Maybe I was just thinking that it's not something I've had, or I usually like to make this kind of thing for myself, so I don't usually buy it. But one of my absolute favorite breakfast items is a waffle. Who doesn't love a waffle, right? Crunchy on the outside, soft in the middle. You fill all the little squares with butter and syrup, and it's just delicious. It's top 10 breakfast item. But growing up, I didn't grow up with a waffle maker. I don't know about you.
No,
that's not something I had until I was an adult.
I didn't know a waffle maker was a thing until I stayed at like fucking like Howard Johnson or some goofy shit hotel that had like one of those like displayed for you, ready to go kind of things.
Yeah, it's a thing that like only restaurants and hotels have. It's not something you have in your house.
Nope. No.
Yeah.
It's too classy. That's the thing.
Yeah.
The first time I ever saw a waffle maker was when I was fucking a busboy at a restaurant at 15 years old. Other than that, I really thought most of them were just frozen that you threw in a fucking toaster.
Right? Yeah, absolutely. And obviously the creme de la creme, the top of the top of toaster waffles is Eggo. I mean, let's be real. And one thing that we never had it because like if you can't afford a waffle maker, you're not going to get the nice the best of the best waffles. You're just going to get regular fucking waffles, or if they're on sale, blueberry or chocolate chip. Right.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
In all these discontinued lists, there was apparently a type of Eggo waffle that they called the Wa-Full with 2 L's. And what they were, it was a regular Eggo waffle that they filled like a Pop-Tart or toaster strudel with like strawberry jam.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, that sounds fantastic, but I've never even seen it or heard of it outside of these discontinued lists. And that's what I'd like to bring back because I really want to try it. And it seems like a lot more work to make in my homemade toaster or waffle maker. So, waffle, bring those back, Eggo. A new way to eat my corn syrup. I'm a growing boy around.
A growing boy.
Yeah.
At 31 years old.
Yeah, well, I'm growing around.
Oh, fuck, Joe, you took mine.
Oh no! I was really hoping I avoided it.
As soon as you said breakfast food, I'm like, this motherfucker's gonna talk about the waffle.
Well, we're in agreement then. Bring those back.
The thing is, I've had it.
Have you really?
And it is good. The only thing I didn't like is it was just strawberry.
Oh yeah.
I mean, like they could have done so much more. They could have done like an apple one, like an apple cinnamon one.
Yeah.
I mean, grape,
blueberry, raspberry.
Yeah, blueberry. Yeah. There were so many other things, and the only thing like that I thought to myself, realistically, is like because I mean, obviously, I would love to have the waffle back, but I want more variety. I think strawberry was really like just the niche of the thing. But you ever think like? No, this is just an idea.
Yeah.
Toaster strudel.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's almost a croissant filled with fruit.
Right.
Yeah, so I was like, you know what, I guess realistically, like, I never really thought about, like, heating up a toaster strudel and just putting, like, syrup on it and eating it as if it was, like, a breakfast pastry.
Right, why would I put syrup on it? It comes with the
frosting packet?
Sugar juice. Yeah.
Did you, so whenever you made the toaster strudel, did you ever try to do it, like, on the commercial where like you make like the strips like angled along the top, or do you just kind of like smear it on top like it was butter?
I always tried to do the strips like they did in the commercial. Right. Except for every once in a while, I would try to like draw something with it or like write my name, and it never worked. It would just pool and look gross.
Right. Do you ever get disappointed because you're like they should put more in each package?
100%.
Yeah.
Almost every single time, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Yeah. We used to get toast strudel all the time when we were kids, except the only problem was a certain somebody in the household, not going to name names, would eat the fucking frosting. They'd fucking go at that bitch like it was a Go-Gurt.
Gosh, I wonder who that could have been.
It was me.
Oh.
It was 100% me. I gave it blame fucking anyone else. It was 100% me. It was
That's really
fucking frosting. I mean, come on now. It was frosting.
Well, yeah, for sure.
I mean, God, I didn't get where I am today not doing that. But, yeah, no, you took mine. So I do have a backup here.
Oh, good.
I do have a backup. It's not as great. But it is along the lines of kind of like a fruity, kind of, indulgence, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess it's the overall brand of, Fruitopia.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Introduced by the Coca-Cola company. I think Pepsi ended up buying out, the Fruitopia brand or something like that. What I didn't realize though was, it's been gone for up to 19 years now.
Whoa, seriously?
Yeah, I didn't realize that. But discontinued back in 2003. And I didn't realize that. Like I know like McDonald's used to carry it all the time.
Right.
And I was just like, what the fuck? Like, I was like, there's no way it's 2000. Because like I worked at McDonald's in 2003. I knew Fruitopia was there. But then, like, when I started, like, thinking about logically, I'm like, well, maybe they discontinued, like, sales, but, like, they still sold it at, like, McDonald's. So maybe they still, like, you know, like, it was a Coke product. Coke is exclusively sold at McDonald's. I mean, other than Dr. Pepper, whatever. You know,
right.
Huge win. So maybe it was just, like, through, like, McDonald's. Because I know some restaurants do have, like, you know, like, these exclusively at places. Like, they had that Mountain Dew that's exclusively to Buffalo Wild Wings and shit like that.
Right. Pretty good, by the way.
Oh, have you had it?
I did.
Okay, yeah. I think we talked about it on the show. It's like the blackberry one or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I haven't tried it yet. I just if I had the motivation to get out of my fucking house, I would. Whatever. I fucking can't.
I ordered it on Grubhub. It was too much money, but
I am so fucking lazy that I almost wanted to resubscribe to my Grubhub, and the only reason I cancel my Grubhub is so I wouldn't use fucking Grubhub.
Right.
And I'm just almost like, you know what? Grubhub's never done anything wrong to me. Sure, you know, they add, you know, $40 on for fees and all this shit.
It costs twice as much as what you want to eat, but.
Yes. And Grubhub actually showed me one thing, and I'll get to that in a moment. But, yeah, so, Fruitopia was a project of Coke. Company spent an initial marketing value of $30 million to put this out. Flavors were strawberry passion awareness, kiwi berry ruckus, beachside blast fruit, blueberry watermelon wisdom, orange undercurrent, tangerine wavelength, raspberry psychic lemonade, and fruit integration.
Amazing.
Yeah. Strawberry passion awareness, I think it was the one that I knew the most of. And that was because that was the one that was sold through McDonald's. I think they had the orange one for a little bit. Now obviously they replaced those with, the even better Hawaiian Punch and High C Orange.
Right.
But the brand's flagship flavor was Strawberry Passion Awareness. The flavor is available at drink fountains as well as McDonald's and Coca-Cola. Pushed its drinks to market as many places. Fruitopia vending machines have also appeared in schools, college campuses, in addition to or as a replacement of soda. By the end of the 1990s, Fruitopia had struggled to be profitable. In 2003, the Fruitopia line was all but discontinued in the United States, with some flavors being revamped under the Minute Maid moniker. Minute Maid, the world's largest juice brand, was largely responsible for the lagging sales of Fruitopia. A similar situation occurred with PepsiCo, who replaced their own Fruitopia clone Fruitworks with the enduring Tropicana moniker.
Oh.
So, yeah, I liked it, even though it was like,
heard of it.
Yeah, so even though it was like overly sugary, it was delicious.
Mm-hmm.
I think I was gonna say something else, but I already forgot. Don't care. No, it's not you. It was me thinking like, okay, again, if I made notes, I wouldn't be in this situation right now.
Fair.
What the fuck was I gonna talk about? What were we talking? We were talking about fucking breakfast foods. This is bad. There's got to be something with me that's wrong. I can't fucking figure it out because my memory is shit.
You're not getting no sleep.
That could be true. That's true. Yeah. This fucking work schedule sucks.
Mm-hmm.
God. And the sad part is, I shouldn't even be in it anymore. I should be on my regular work schedule now. But if everything goes to plan, June 30th. Will it go to plan? No. Should it go to plan? Yes. But we'll see. And hopefully, and this is something weird. Okay, I guess we could talk about this. That's fine. I don't think it's gonna jeopardize anything in my life. No, it's fine. Okay, so I guess there's a couple transitions happening at the job I'm at to where people are like either moving on or retiring and stuff like that. And I'm just a contractor out there. I'm not employed. I'm not employed by the company I work at. I work for a different company and I'm contracted out to where I'm at. And everyone keeps saying, like, with all these changes and all these things that are going on and everything, like they're probably going to offer you a job. They're probably going to offer you to work out here. You could probably stay on, and make more money and people think I'm stupid. And but I told them I don't want the job.
Right.
I don't want to work here. I don't remember how much I've said on this podcast about it. I know I said a lot to you about it, but the job pays like $10 more an hour than I'm making now. It's the same exact job I'm doing, but it'll pay $10 more an hour than what I'm doing now. And everyone thinks that I'm foolish to walk away from that. To walk away from the money, to be part of a union, have a guaranteed job. It's almost like tenure for teachers and shit, apparently. And it's like how could you walk away from blah 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 dollars an hour? It's like, and they even told me, it's like, realistically, like if so and so moves to this department and so does end up retiring, and you have the more experience than everyone else, you could actually move up before them, and not only will you make $10 more an hour than you're making now, but you'll make additionally $10 more an hour than you're making now. And I'm like, okay, so if I get hired on, I can make up to like $47 an hour.
Right.
And the thing is, like, to make $47 an hour, you have to be in a relief position, which basically means that you have an idea of what your days off could be.
Right.
But you have to work while everyone else is on vacation. So, when you get, 6, 8 people who each of them have, 5, 6 weeks of vacation, whatever the fuck it is, like, you may have a weekend off. But there's a good chance you probably won't, because somebody will probably, especially like over the summer. Everyone wants to use like fucking summers for their time off, holidays and everything. So yeah, there's a good chance you're never gonna fucking have a life.
Right.
And the girl at work was telling me, he's like, what if these people move on? What if they hire you on? What if they hire you to this position and you can make $47 an hour? Now you can't turn that down, right? And I told her, like, yeah, I can. And it actually has to do a lot with the conversation I had with Dr. Doug. It was a conversation we had about my fear on the last episode.
Right.
It's very relatable to that, about how I avoid taking risk and going for opportunities because I don't want my failures to be my own. I'd rather them come from an external
source.
Yeah. So on top of that, I don't want to work at a job anymore that makes me miserable.
Right.
I've worked at enough places, and I'm only 33. I don't want people who, are in like their mid 40s, early 50s, who may be listening to our show. I don't know our age demographic really. I think it's probably mostly just, like younger kids, like maybe 20s, 30s. But I'm sure there's some older people out there who, listen to this show and maybe some relatives, and they can sit there and say like, oh geez, 33 years old, you don't know what hard work and struggles and, bad days are. Jobs aren't made to, to go to and, enjoy and love every day and blah, 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 bullshit. And there, I get it, right? Yeah, a job is there to make a paycheck and, to have a life. I get it. But you have to have some sense of enjoyment in what you do.
Yeah. Well, or you have to have a life. And if you can't have a life and you can't afford to pay your bills, why the fuck are you working at that job?
Yeah. Exactly. So it's like, and I had the conversation, like I said, I went to lunch with Dr. Doug this past Tuesday, and he was telling me the same thing. Like, he was kind of giving me like the inside track. Like, listen, if this happens, I'm going to be retiring next year. And when they do, everyone's going to shift up, so even if you don't get it now, maybe a year from now, they may give you a call back and hire you on. And it's like I told Doug, it's like I told everybody there who keep bringing up the fact that maybe an opportunity will be there. There's this fucking guy. And I never really say that I hate people, because I really don't. That's a lie. There's two people in this world I fucking hate.
Right.
Like hate to the point that, like, if they died, wouldn't give a shit whatsoever. Not one.
Yeah.
Usually, like, if somebody dies, I'm like, oh, dude, that fucking sucks. If these two people were to die, I'd be like, you know what? Good.
Right.
Not that important to life. Like, actually, horrible fucking people. But there's a guy I work with who, like, goes above and beyond to annoy the fuck out of me. Like annoy the fuck out of me. Like, I know that I can't even say he's a kid, so he's immature, because he's gonna be 30 this year. So it's not like he can,
He should know better by now.
Yeah. Fucking child. He acts like a fucking child. But I mean, I get along with him 90% of the time. There's just that 10% that, like, and I think it's more me. We will sit there, me, him, a couple of people, like, we'll sit there and we'll joke around with each other and, poke fun at each other, and it's usually fun. But, like, when there's that moment in my day where I just want to, like, have my time to myself, like if I'm taking a break and I just want my me time and shit, and they keep constantly, like, yelling shit at me to get my attention, that's when I get fucking annoyed.
Gotcha.
It's like, listen, if I'm interacting with you, then you can interact back. But if I'm just keeping to myself for a moment just to kind of decompress, I don't need you fucking, like, walking up to me and, pretending that, that you're gonna, like, box me or some shit, or say some goofy shit about, me being a contract. Like, it's like, I'm not in that mood right now. But he can't, context clues, social cues. He doesn't understand this shit. Like, if somebody's really pissed off, he honestly believes that they're still just fucking around with him. So, in his mind, he's like, "Oh no, dude, you're gonna take the job. You're gonna take the job. You're gonna." I think we talked about this on the show. The difference between need to and want to, or have to and need to, or whatever the fuck we talk about. Yeah. Same fucking guy. He's like, "No, dude, you can't turn down that money. You can't walk away." I was like, "Here's the thing, dude. Yes, I can. Like, that's the beauty part of my life. He has a wife. He has 2 kids. He needs this fucking job. He needs to make that money, because he's not only supporting himself, he's supporting 3 other fucking human beings. I have me and the dog, and I barely like that thing. I'm kidding. I like my dog. Doesn't mean I love it. Fucker. Okay. But no, I don't. To make the money would be phenomenal.
Sure.
It is literally life-changing money that I can make.
Yeah.
But that would be my entire fucking life. I eventually would like to meet somebody, get married, and have a family. And how the fuck am I going to do that if I'm working every single weekend because other people want to take the weekend off?
Right.
And the thing is, they can't sit there and tell me that I'm wrong about that, because they know exactly how to shit there. They have told me since I've been there a year and a half ago. I can't tell you how long it's been since we were fully staffed. Okay. Well, that's a red fucking flag, isn't it?
I would think so.
If you can't keep people here, something's clearly wrong. If you guys want to push me and motivate me to fucking work here, no. But I told Dr. Doug, I'm like, honestly, dude, like my decision is based on something I had a conversation with him on. It's like he wants this podcast to succeed. He wants this podcast to be successful. That's why he's investing in us.
Right.
You know? Because it's like, I told him one day, I think it was maybe last weekend or something like that. And I'm like, Doug, listen, honestly, you give us a decent amount of money every single month to sponsor your show, to sponsor your comic. Is there something you want us to do, or like an idea for something? I want to give you an opportunity to, I want you to know that your money, the fish video, and the money we're gonna spend on doing the cemetery vlogs and stuff.
Right. Yeah.
Is there something that you want us to do? Do you have an idea for a video? Maybe
what do you want
out of us? Dude? Yeah. And all he told me was, he's like, I just want you guys to succeed. He's like, if I can find a way to help you guys make what you do here your livelihood, the way you make money, that's what I want out of it. And I thought that was a pretty cool fucking thing. You know how much money he fucking gives us. It's great. It's fucking incredible.
Mm-hmm.
And we can, and the thing is, we're fucking squirreling it away because, just with my work schedule, there's nothing I could do. There's nothing we can do. We can't plan shit. And it's like, I explained to him, and as we're in the car driving, I told him, I'm like, dude, since you've been sponsoring us, how many YouTube videos have we put out? He's like, I don't know. I'm like, 1. And you know why that is? No. Because I don't have time. Because I'm doing the job that you're trying to push me into doing. So if I was to try to build this freaking show, if me and Joe were to build Freakin' Studios, if me, Joe, Daly, whatever, were to build Just Freakin' Wrestling, if I was to build this into something, there's no way I could do it because I'd never have time to do it.
Yeah.
I don't want to, I can't, and I know that I physically cannot, survive getting off work at 5 a.m, not going to sleep, getting ready to go meet up with Joe or somebody somewhere else to do a video, being up all day after I was just up for, I'll be up for 36 fucking hours. It's like, I can't do that. But if I get, if I go back to my other job, and go back to the Monday through Friday, 8 to 5s, then, me and Joe can record our shows in the evening, which I do love doing these mornings. I do love recording in the mornings. I will miss this. I do. I like doing this. The 8:30s, they hit a little bit different. But I do enjoy these morning ones. So that's going to suck losing those. But, I'm going to have my weekends. I'm going to have an opportunity to take, I can't take vacation right now.
Right.
And God knows if I'll be able to take any type of vacation. That's realistically true. With this other job, I could just take my vacation. They don't really deny it. As long as there's only one person off that week, I could take the vacation. But the thing is, there could only be one person off that week. I don't want to fucking take my vacation at the beginning of March because that's the only fucking week available. Because it goes based on seniority. And when I get hired on, I'm at the bottom of the fucking line. So it's like I told him, it's like outside the money, there's no incentive to me to be here because I know I'll be miserable the entire fucking time. It's like I'm here now and I'm fucking miserable.
Right.
And I tell everybody there, if I was to get hired on, I'd make nearly twice as much money as I'm making right now. If I'm willing to turn that away, what does that tell you about this fucking place?
Right.
It's just the company has potential to be fucking great, but it doesn't give a fuck about its employees. It just really doesn't.
Right.
Proof positive in the fucking story I told you about my finger earlier before we got on the show. All they care about is this going to stop production? Is this going to prevent us from making money? If the answer is yes, okay, now we'll worry about it. We don't give a fuck about you. We don't give a fuck about the fact oh, hey, I know you just got done working 17 straight days, but you did have a day and a half off, so can I get you on for another 9? Because they don't give a shit. They just care that the fucking body's there. It's
right. If
dumb.
they cared, they would already have the person in your position who they hired to replace you there.
Yeah.
They would have had it. They would have had him a month ago when he was supposed to be there, or 2 months ago, whatever it was.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. That's the thing. Like, you know, like they'll bend over backwards for the right people.
Right.
Everyone else is fucking dog shit. So I'm praying to God, and I'm praying to myself that I'm making the right choice by walking away from it. I think from a mental point of view, yes. Financially, it's disheartening because, like I said, the money would be fucking incredible. It absolutely would be. Like, I would love to make that much fucking money. But I'm basically just selling myself to the fact that, like, hey, listen, you're going to have this job now. Be prepared to be fucking single. Be prepared to not have a fucking life. Mm-hmm. And the thing is, and I texted this to Derek yesterday, talking to him about audio equipment and stuff. Guys, if you don't remember Derek, he was one who was like, he's like the producer editor of our show, a couple years back.
Yeah.
Hasn't been doing it lately, but it's like I texted him, it was like, the whole reason, like, I started this podcast was to spend time with my friends and family, you, Colin, and Derek. It was something that we could all do together. And it just kind of, I mean, like, I don't want to say it got away from that. I mean, Colin did quit. Derek isn't here anymore. We're still here. It kind of got away from that concept, but at the same time, it's like, I mean, we're still doing what we're doing. But the opportunity to do shit together, it's still there. And that's like I was telling Derek. Like, I mean, I knew this fucker, like, he was at the hospital when I was born. 33 years. We've known each other. It just sucks how we have to, you know, dictate our conversations to each other based on the fact that, you know, I'll send him a text and hopefully I'll hear back from him in a couple of days.
Right.
And I get that sometimes life, you know, gets in the way and shit, but a 33-year-old fucking friendship shouldn't be that way.
Right.
There should be, I mean, pandemic or not, there should be no reason why I haven't seen this fucking kid in 3 years. It makes no fucking sense. So, like, I just messaged him, like, listen, like, this is the equipment I'm looking for. Well, at first I messaged him, like, say, like, hey, man, I know you don't like talking on the phone, but I want to talk to you about some equipment, and it's a lot easier if I just call you and talk to you. Are you free this week? But he is in Tennessee for the week. I think he's on vacation.
Oh, nice.
So I think he said he'd call back next week. I said, yeah, perfect. Next week is fine. No rush, absolutely. Because I want to build Freaknet Studios. Not so much build it, but I want to create Freaknet Studios. I mean, obviously it's going to be in the office at my house, not like a building somewhere. But I want to put together like kind of like a little podcasting area, like tables and chairs, separate microphones for people and stuff, different cameras with different angles, like stuff. It's just a small little thing. I want to do that, and I was talking to Derek about it. And it's like I told him, it's like I want Freaknet Studios to be something. I want like, instead of us having to like get up and go to our normal job, which I get, it's a little bit different for you, Joe, because I mean, your job is something that like you're always going to have. Like no matter what else you're doing, like your job is kind of like, you know, you're doing what you want to do. You're calling, if you will.
Yeah.
But at least the best part about your job is you do have the availability to do this, stuff like this.
Right. I got a lot of freedom in my job.
Yeah. Like, so for me, like, I want to be able to wake up at fucking, 6 a.m, get cleaned up, get showered up, head into work, and that work is Freaknet fucking Studios. Like, that's what I want. Like, I want to be able to walk into an office that is just mine, get ready for fucking work, create podcast content, create video content, have you there, have Derek there, have Colin there, Dally, DJ, whoever, who's part of Freaknet Studios, Sarge, all these guys. Like, I want to find a way to, not find a way, but I want to get to that point where, we're, Mythical Entertainment or, Try Guys and shit like that. Like, I want that to be us.
Right.
And I can't do that if I'm at this job.
Right.
So for the first time in my life, I'm going to bet against what the logical thing is and go towards more of the, like what I think I need to do to make myself feel better. What I need to do to put myself more at ease and not be stressed.
To try to succeed at the thing you want to succeed at.
Yeah. And I think we're capable of that. I mean, do we put out the greatest content in the world? No. But at least we give a shit about what we do.
Right.
And it's like I told Derek, I'm like, dude, like you went to school for this, for audio and visual editing and stuff like that. It's like, that's what I need. Like I need somebody who has the experience to edit shit to make it seem nicer, because all I do is just clip out the beginning and throw the intro on.
Right.
Like everyone's always talking about, like, I like how you do your show like raw and unedited and stuff. It's like, well, yeah, because I don't know how to fucking do it.
Right.
It's like the whole reason it's raw and everything is because we just fucking roll with it. I mean, like, other than
I'm glad you like it, but it's not intentional.
Yeah.
It wasn't a choice. It just is.
Yeah. It's like, I'm sorry I'm edgy, but the only reason I'm edgy is because I'm dumb. Outside of fucking just clipping like the snippet away in Audacity, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I tried putting motions and stuff in one of my JFW videos and stuff, and somehow when I uploaded it, the text was in the wrong spot. Right. I was like, well, I'm not going back to fix that. Fuck it, whatever. Whatever. But that's the thing, is like, I need somebody who has the ability to do that shit, and Derek's the guy. So I'm hoping to God he comes on board and he helps us out, because like I told him, it's like, if we can find a way to make money off of this thing, that's what makes it better.
Right.
And I do believe we can do that. I do believe we have the creativity to create shit like that, to do shit like that. I think we have the personalities that will allow ourselves to kind of, sometimes be stupid on camera, but at the same time to do the vlogs and shit, to do the videos. Like I said, like the cemetery vlogs, I had a great time doing that. Yeah. I want to do more of that. I want to do, not only just cemeteries, but, like I think you talked about it, like maybe visiting some of the churches in Chicago or some of the other buildings, the haunted areas, like doing more vlogs, we could go to fucking like festivals and stuff, conventions, and do just vlogging and stuff like that. There's an ability for Freakin' Studios to be something, and I know it's there. And I can't do that if I'm stuck at this miserable fucking hole of a place. No disrespect to the company, but come on. So, but yeah, I don't know where this began, but I'm okay with it ending here.
Yeah.
But if any of that just seems pressure on you for this growth, don't think it is.
I didn't take that way.
But yeah, I mean, we could do it. We know we have the ability to do it.
Sure, of course. But
wouldn't it be nice if you said like, oh, well, now I gotta get into work, not like, fuck, I gotta go to work. No, it's like, all right, well, I gotta get into work, we got a couple of videos we gotta get recorded out today because they gotta be released next week, and gotta get the episodes recorded and stuff. And there's like a designated studio. And the thing is that too, it's like, if we could build it and we could grow it and stuff, then other podcasts could come in and stuff, and that content could, the possibility is there. And I know we could fucking do it.
Yeah.
Disney started in a garage. Amazon started, everyone started in a fucking garage.
Yeah.
Like, why can't we do it?
Because unlike Amazon, we don't have $250,000 from our parents.
Is that how they started?
Yeah. He got a loan from his parents for $250,000.
Oh, fuck you, Jeff. Ah, you Bezos, you son of a bitch.
Yep.
You ever think that, like, maybe if Jeff Bezos would say, hey, listen, I'm gonna take $100 million, and I'm just gonna start handing like $100,000 out to just random people who want to like do something like what we're doing.
Right.
Would he even break his bank account?
No, he wouldn't even notice it.
No.
He makes that in a second.
Yeah. If you just like put up some contest like, I'm gonna give the next 10,000 people $100,000. I don't know if that's right. Did that come out to $100 million?
I think so.
Yeah. All right. It's like, you just fucking do that. You know what? It could be good publicity for Amazon and makes them look less like fucking monsters that don't, make their fucking coworkers shit in buckets at their fucking workstation or give birth to babies in bathrooms and stuff. You know, it shines a new light on, hey, look, Amazon kind of gives a shit about, content creators, social media people. I think we could do it. I think we could be the next Good Mythical Morning or the next Try Guys or the next non-shitbag fucking Logan Paul. I think that could be us. And then, we could deal with the people. We could hire somebody or get an intern to do all the social media that we lack on doing.
Right.
We could have people do our work, and all we have to do is just show up. We could have people tell us what we're going to talk about on the show, so I don't have to ramble on about how miserable my life is.
Mm-hmm.
So, but cool. All right, so I want to end it there. So I don't want to ramble on too much, but so why don't you tell me what you're freaking thinking about, Joe?
Oh gosh, what am I freaking thinking about? I guess this week being an uncle.
Yeah.
I'm very excited that our youngest brother Michael and his girlfriend had a baby. Congratulations to them, and it's cool. I'm excited to have another niece. So
yeah. No nephews yet.
No nephews yet. Yep.
No nephews yet. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's cool. That's awesome. Yeah. No,
yeah. What about you?
With me, I would have to go with, you know what? I had lunch with, Dr. Doug. We went out to a place called Crafted out in Plainfield. Had like 30 different craft beers on tap. They had they had a nice cheesesteak sandwich. And, I was able to sit down. I was able to kind of talk to him a lot more about CarterComics.com. And I did want to edit it, or not edit. I wanted to record it for the show. I just didn't bring the recording. I was like, maybe next time. Yep. But that was a lot of fun. It was nice to actually sit down with the guy and everything, and just to have a moment to myself, try something different, try something new. Nice. I recommend Crafted to all you guys. It's CRAFTD. I recommend you guys checking it out. It's definitely somewhere I want to go again. I also told Dr. Doug. I told Dr. Doug, I think I'm gonna bring Joe here, and we're gonna rank all 30 of them craft beers. So yeah, we'll keep that one in mind too. Yeah,
sounds good.
So I'm gonna wrap up, guys. Make sure you check out This Freakin Show on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Just by searching This Freakin Show, and you can follow us on whatever social media. Listen to our shows when they're released on iTunes, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Podbean, just by searching This Freakin Show. And follow us. Go to YouTube, Freakin Studios. Check out our videos. Watch us eat fish. So, guys, that's all I got. As always, I am Travis.
And I'm Cartoon Joe.
And thank you for listening to another episode of This Freakin Show. I'm out.